Welcome to my channel. Today, we're exploring Stellar Defiance, a sci-fi journey where humanity stands strong and defies the odds across the galaxy. Dive into epic starship battles, powerful tech, and the resilience that makes us unstoppable in a universe full of challenges. If you're ready for a thrill-packed adventure in deep space, hit subscribe, and let's get started. The Galactic Council was the seat of power in the universe, an institution that governed not just the political landscape of the galaxy, but the very flow of time and space itself. A vast assembly of the most powerful species, some hundreds of thousands of years old, others older still, the Council maintained a delicate balance between law, order, and control across the countless star systems that made up the galaxy. It was their belief, their philosophy, that only through unity, through a singular, cohesive authority, could the galactic community avoid the chaos that had once threatened to tear everything apart. In their eyes, the universe was a fragile thing, a web of interconnected life that needed to be managed, guided, and, when necessary, controlled. There was no room for error, no tolerance for what they deemed as chaotic or unpredictable elements in the galaxy. For the most part, they were able to maintain that order until one fateful day, when a small, seemingly insignificant species would prove that they were more than capable of challenging the very core of the Galactic Council's power. It started with Earth, a planet located in the uncharted, almost forgotten fringes of known space. A blue world of oceans, forests, and sprawling cities, Earth was home to humanity, a species that had only just begun to reach out into the cosmos. For much of their history, Earth had been isolated, unaware of the greater galactic community that had existed for eons. Humanity had struggled with its own internal conflicts, battling wars, environmental degradation, and the inevitable march of time. Yet, despite these hardships, humanity possessed an undeniable spirit of resilience, a determination to endure against all odds. It was this very trait that would prove to be their salvation and their greatest strength. The Galactic Council had been aware of Earth for some time, monitoring the planet from afar. To the more established civilizations, Earth was nothing more than a curiosity, a species that had not yet attained the technological prowess to become a threat or an asset. Their early space exploration, while promising, was still in its infancy. Humanity's technologies were still crude compared to the ancient empires of the galaxy, and their leaders were embroiled in constant political turmoil. But there was something about Earth that caught the attention of the Council, something that piqued the interest of the Council's members. Some saw Earth as a future ally, a species that could eventually contribute to the galactic order and share in the wealth and knowledge that the Council had gathered over millennia. Others, however, were not so optimistic. They saw humanity as a potential problem, an unpredictable, chaotic species that, left unchecked, could one day threaten the fragile peace that the Council had worked so hard to establish. They worried about the possibility that Earth's technology could one day rival the advanced civilizations of the galaxy, and that humanity's boundless ambition could disrupt the delicate balance the Council had established. So, the Council made the decision to act. They would offer humanity a seat at the table, a place among the stars, but only under strict conditions. The human race would be allowed to join the Galactic Council, but they would be required to adhere to the Council's laws, to fall in line with the order that the Council had worked so hard to build. To some, it was an opportunity, to others, it was a cage. At first, humanity's representatives were hesitant, unsure of what it meant to join the Galactic Council. They were an unknown species, just beginning to venture into the stars, and the vast, alien culture that greeted them was intimidating. But there was hope in the air, a belief that through collaboration with the galaxy's advanced civilizations, humanity could finally ascend to its true potential. The young human diplomats were optimistic, willing to work within the framework of the Council and to prove that Earth was worthy of its place among the stars. They sent their brightest, their most talented, to represent them on the galactic stage. Among those chosen was Amelia Solis, a young and idealistic human ambassador. A gifted speaker, a brilliant strategist, and a symbol of Earth's bright future, Amelia represented the hopes and dreams of her entire species. She had trained for years to attend the high-level meetings of the Galactic Council, and now she stood on the precipice of history. Amelia's mission was simple: convinced the Council that humanity was capable of contributing to the greater good of the galaxy, that Earth was more than just a small, unimportant speck in the void. However, when Amelia and her team of diplomats arrived at the Galactic Council's capital, the massive, awe-inspiring city of Aeon Prime, they quickly realized how vast, how alien, and how hostile the galaxy could be. The Council's chambers were located within the heart of the city, and it was a place unlike anything Amelia had ever seen. Towering spires reached high into the void, their surfaces glittering with the light of distant stars. The population of Aeon Prime was as diverse as it was vast, with species from all corners of the galaxy inhabiting the city. Some looked like giants, others like floating masses of energy. Some communicated through thought, others with an array of strange, unearthly sounds. Humanity, in all its imperfect glory, seemed small, out of place in this assembly of civilizations that had been around for countless millennia. As the human delegation made their way into the council chambers for their first meeting, they were met with indifference, even disdain. The representatives of the council did not see them as equals, nor did they see Earth as a worthy partner. To them, the human presence was little more than an inconvenience, a curiosity to be observed, but not taken seriously. Amelia, however, refused to be intimidated. She was determined to make her case, to show the council that humanity had something valuable to offer. But from the very beginning, she sensed that the forces working against her were far stronger than she could have anticipated. The first days of the meetings were filled with tension. Amelia's attempts to present Earth's case were met with patronizing dismissals and subtle mockery. The older, more powerful members of the council, species that had been around for eons, looked at Earth's representatives as naive, even foolish. They were unimpressed by humanity's accomplishments, uninterested in the potential they saw in the young species. Amelia tried to argue that humanity's rapid technological advancements and its ability to overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles demonstrated that Earth could offer valuable insights to the council, but her words fell on deaf ears. Then came the fatal mistake. One of the most powerful and influential factions within the Galactic Council was the Varnak, a species of cold, calculating beings known for their immense intelligence and ruthless pragmatism. The Varnak were a race of great power, their civilization spanning thousands of light years, and they held sway over many of the Council's decisions. Their representatives, though often aloof and detached, were known to be incredibly effective in manipulating the Council's agenda to their advantage. The Varnak had long viewed Earth with suspicion, regarding humanity's potential as a threat rather than an asset. They saw the human race as unpredictable, prone to violent outbursts and rapid technological advancements that could one day rival the great empires of the galaxy. It was during one of the council meetings, as Amelia was making yet another impassioned speech for Earth's inclusion, that the Varnak representative, a being named Tarsus, made a chilling proposal. He suggested that humanity's inclusion in the council was premature, that Earth's leaders were not yet prepared to wield the power that came with membership. He argued that humanity's unpredictable nature could destabilize the delicate balance of the galaxy, and as such, Earth should be expelled from the council. Amelia, her face flushed with indignation, stood up and tried to counter his argument, but the Varnak were not interested in hearing her words. What happened next was something that no one could have predicted. As Amelia spoke, trying to plead with the council, Tarsus without warning gave the order to have her removed. The security forces of the Galactic Council, powerful beings trained in the use of advanced technologies and weaponry, moved swiftly. Amelia, terrified and in shock, resisted. She tried to make her way out of the chamber, but her efforts were futile. In an instant, a blinding flash of energy erupted from Tarsus's weapon, striking Amelia directly. The blast was deadly, and Amelia fell to the ground, lifeless. The room fell silent. The shock of what had just occurred rippled throughout the council. Amelia Solis, the young human ambassador, had been killed before their very eyes. Her life, her dreams, and her message were snuffed out in an instant. The council, in their arrogance and their belief in their absolute control, had made a grave mistake. They had killed an innocent human, someone who had come to them in peace, someone who had offered humanity's hand in cooperation. And in doing so, they had ignited a firestorm that would rock the very foundation of the galaxy. The response from Earth was immediate and deafening. News of Amelia's death spread like wildfire across the planet, and the people of Earth, who had long struggled with their own divisions, united in an unprecedented wave of outrage and grief. Governments, scientists, military leaders, and civilians all came together in a singular message that echoed across the stars: pray. The message, broadcast to every corner of the galaxy, was simple yet chilling. Earth was no longer just a small, insignificant world. Earth was now a force to be reckoned with. The killing of Amelia Salas had awakened something deep within humanity, a fury and determination that no one could have anticipated. And as the message spread, the Galactic Council found itself at the center of an unprecedented crisis. What had begun as a minor diplomatic mission had escalated into an existential threat for the most powerful organization in the galaxy.